Where's the hell's Kyle?
Oh, crap. We left him at Lowe's.
Well, how are people going to know who we are if he's not here to introduce us?
I don't know.
Oh, I hate this part. Don't break my shit. Where the hell have you been, Miss Mary Frances?
Seriously?
Yeah.
You left me.
Left you where?
Seriously? You okay, dude? The cops were chasing after us and you two were speeding away. Do you know what it's like to be chased by blue lights?
I'm usually on the other side of the blue lights.
I normally behave well enough not to be. I had to get a ride from a hobo. Do you know what that tastes like? I had to follow the rules of the road. Where's my mouthwash?
I'll get you some. All right. Can we just put this behind us and get on? Because we have a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah. You know, sorry wouldn't kill you. I'm sorry, brother.
It's okay. You're sorry.
Let's do this. Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle the Irishman Morrow, and welcome to Nobody's Listening. On audio,
Alex Fatman Gregory.
on video,
James Papa Fuzzy Leach.
and these two guys are big a-holes for leaving me Thursday. I'm sure you saw.
Should have ran faster.
You should have. I mean,
He
outran you.
That's pretty bad.
The only reason he outran me is because he rolled down a hill.
the only reason why, I don't know, I tripped somebody. It might not have been anyone right.
Yeah, me.
That's what it was. That's what I remember. He was behind me, and I was like,
trip.
and I was
In
just
other
like,
words,
bloop.
in a zombie situation, standing next to James, bad idea.
In the words of
'Cause you
Cobra Kai.
You don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be the one not eating.
No. In the words of Cobra Kai, I sweep the leg.
Screw you, man. All right. I guess we'll start with the first story. Oh. Very professional, James.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Very, very professional.
Carry
Not
on.
only they left me, you can't do profession right.
First card.
All right, so we've got the very first story. Can we have the cue of the card?
Yes,
please?
you may.
So, Dragon Ball Z Super Broly.
Super
Broly? Broly?
Broly.
It's Broly, yeah.
This will be the fourth movie that they have had Broly in. But it is a total revamp of the character. They're essentially taking the original three non-canon movies and throwing them out the door in exchange for a updated, more intelligent version.
We call that retconning.
Oh, complete retcon. I mean, 3 movies worth is bye-bye.
Yeah.
So, I mean, has the Japanese version been released out yet?
The Japanese version actually releases December 14th.
December 14th?
2
December
weeks.
14th, it releases in Japan.
Well, I
one
know
week.
that it's going to be in theaters January 16th, 2019, when they release here in the U.S. So, who actually is going to be writing and doing all this? Is it the actual guy or
It is Akira Toriyama again,
really?
the original creator.
You know, actually, this is something I thought was really interesting because he actually created the characters for the game Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, and Blue Dragon.
I know, right?
And I was a big fan of Chrono Trigger. So
You never knew it was coming, did you?
I had no idea that he
You
was
never
involved.
noticed the similarities between Goku
Well,
and Chrono.
I did see
Yeah.
similarities, but I just thought it was all of Japan. I didn't know that it was.
That was him.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's
I haven't watched like Dragon Ball and paid attention to it since
Puberty kicked in.
1999.
actually I haven't watched since Boo. I know.
You
I
missed all
know.
the good stuff.
So people tell me.
Currently,
Okay.
the semi-subbed is already completed. All the way through the end so far.
Subtitled.
Yeah,
Yes.
subtitled.
Subbed.
It's on Verve, Crunchyroll,
Okay.
those particular streaming
Semi
services.
subbed.
Same time. As it comes out in Japan, it's on there like the same day, next day with the subtitles. It's kind of nice.
Oh, okay.
We have evolved. We're not having to wait a month
is it?
or 2 or 10 or a year before we get subtitles.
What is it?
Now it's like, hey, here's your subtitles.
Okay.
Normally same day, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you're watching on Cartoon Network, you're going to be a little bit behind if you're waiting for the English. But at the same time...
See, I can only watch dubbed. I know that's like the ultimate terrible thing to do with anime, but it's I have ADD, and it's one of those things where
Squirrel!
Yeah, like I'm really bad about it, and I can't focus and read and watch the show at the same time. It bothers the mess out of me. So if I have to read, I'm not going to watch it.
Well,
For me, it's second nature.
For me, it's, some people watch so much subbed anime that they actually know some of what they're talking about, even when they're not looking. I don't. So
Yeah.
I'm like, if I walk into the kitchen, I have to pause it.
Yeah, like bathroom break or anything like
because
that.
I can't just listen to it and get, know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas you get ones like me that I halfway pay attention to it and I catch 99%. It's to the point I've started picking up certain, I can't say them, but when I hear them, I'm like, I know that word.
It's a special word. Well,
I caught that reference.
I mean, do you know who is going to actually do the voices in the Japanese? Because I have the American version.
It looks like the only big voice actress change is going to be...
Is this the Japan or the U.S.?
This is in Japan.
Okay.
Is the only major voice change in the whole series. And that is the voice of Bulma, who sadly passed away earlier this year. Being replaced by Aya Hishikawa. I always goof on Japanese names, and I apologize.
Yeah,
That's okay. They
but-
goof on our names.
This will be her first official run as Bulma in Dragon Ball universe.
Okay.
Hisakawa? I'm sorry if we were pronouncing this wrong. Obviously, we're not
The
Japanese.
nerds are going to all
I think
capture
it's-
it.
I know everybody's going to be like, how can you say that wrong?
I think it's Hisakawa.
You're faking gay.
But I mean, as for the American version, I didn't check on Bulma, but I did check on the main characters, which
His
was
names.
Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. Broly? It's Broly.
Broly.
Why can't I remember that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It sounds like you'd say it Brawly,
That's because I'm reading it, so I say
Yeah.
Brawly instead of Broly, and that's what screws
but
me
every
up.
variation I've ever heard the name said in English is Broly.
Hyphenate it. And you
Yeah.
won't forget.
Yeah.
But anyway, the voice actor of Goku is still going to be done by Sean Schmel. Schmel? I don't know.
Shamil.
I'm not adding the correct name in post.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm not. Yes,
Anyway, Christopher Sabat
Oh, Lord.
is actually going to be the voice of Vegeta, and then we're going to have Broly as Vic Mag.
He's not only Broly, King Vegeta and Piccolo once again.
Yeah, that is true. But like I said, I only checked
Is
on
he
three
one of those
characters.
voice actors where you can hear it and know that it's the guy that does this other voice?
Most of the time.
Yeah, but
There's a lot of other animes I've watched, and I'm like,
I mean,
That's
when
sad.
he's
my brother does that
when he's
all
doing
the
the
time.
voice of 3 characters in one show,
What are you eating?
sometimes.
cake candy.
This is worse than bread
Okay,
ties.
so we've already picked on him about the bread ties, and now we have the sprinkle epidemic going on here.
You asshole, my wife's got me on a diet.
I'm eating them.
Move on.
Something to throw.
Next story.
No.
Okay. All right.
But, and also this will be the first official appearance
Yeah.
of Goku's mother.
Really?
They've always shown like little hints
Yeah.
and such, and they've hinted at her in the mangas,
Yeah.
but they've never actually had her with any lines, any interactions in any of the anime
Yeah.
or movies, ever. It's Jean, Gine. It's one of those weird names that can be said a couple ways.
Not adding it in post.
There is no way for us to know until the actual version comes out, and then we're going to feel stupid, so.
Yeah. Looks like the rest of the cast is pretty standard. I mean, they're bringing back some old hitters, and I'm assuming a lot of these are going to be flashbacks,
Yeah.
like Nappa and Raditz. We hadn't had some Raditz action since, he kind of got shot through the gut and then got sentenced to hell.
Which is really funny, because if you look at the early years of Dragon Ball, compared to what we know now, they didn't take much to put them down. Do you ever think about that? Like the villains got worse as time went on, as Goku and the rest of the team got stronger. So it took more to kill them.
Right.
And Frieza, for
I
some
totally
reason,
noticed that.
well, like Frieza's like Frieza's a lot like the Terminator. He just keeps coming back over and over
He's
again.
the Kenny of Dragon Ball.
He really
It's
is.
like, are you not done yet? but he's the villain you love to hate.
My prediction is that there will be 30 minutes total of power-ups.
They've dropped that old concept, dude.
Have they?
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's no longer 3 episodes to get all the power.
In all seriousness, the way they do the power-ups now versus the old movies, the old movies to be under probably 60 minutes long now instead of an hour and a half. They have went through a super and cut so much of the fat.
I've seen episodes end with power-ups
And begin with power-ups.
and then last Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of an issue with the original Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
It's like Dragon Ball didn't do it. Dragon Ball Z was like, we're going to do 5 episodes of this power-up. Yeah,
And
let's
it's
do
just somebody else. You know, that had to kill somebody's voice.
It would have to.
I mean, that would be a nightmare.
Hey, we have a staff member about to leave. Can we just
Yeah,
give thanks to our studio audience?
Yeah. Let's give a thanks to the studio audience. We're actually being watched by a live studio audience for the very first time.
Come over here, studio audience. Okay, well, there's our studio audience. One is leaving and the other one is asleep. Have fun on Fortnite. I love you.
This is what we mean by nobody's watching.
Nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening or watching.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're that good.
Yep. We put our one person
We can
over there
cure
asleep.
insomnia.
But anyway, moving on. The director is actually going to be... I sounded really loud there. I apologize. The director is actually going to be Tatsuya Nagamine. You can tell we're professionals. But he is actually known for directing other movies that basically One Piece movies, believe it or not. Heart of Gold and Film Z. I mean, One Piece to me was kind of boring.
It was good in its own right.
Did I watch One Piece?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know.
That was the one with the kid with the weird rubber arm stretch punch thing.
And it like pirates, if I'm not mistaken. Ugh.
Which, I mean, it stayed popular. It's just some folks, kept with it.
I don't know. It didn't appeal to me. Does that make
like
sense?
Naruto.
Yeah.
My own wife hates it.
Really?
I love it.
What, One Piece or Naruto?
Naruto.
I love Naruto.
But my wife doesn't like it.
You know what I remember about Naruto?
Huh?
The AMV, Ninjas of the Night. Ninjas of the Night.
But no, to me, this looks like it's going to be an interesting film. I haven't seen a Dragon Ball Z film. Technically, it would be Dragon Ball Z since Battle of the Gods.
I haven't seen a
Battle
Dragon Ball
of
Z
Gods was
film.
good. Resurrection F, me and the wife actually saw in theaters.
I meant to sit down and watch that, and I never.
It
had
was
the film.
epic.
Really?
Like, almost like going to a Marvel movie.
Wasn't it Frieza?
Yeah, that was where Frieza came back again.
Yeah, I meant to sit down and watch that, and I never did.
Damn nerds.
It's like, we thought we were done with you. We've found someone more powerful than you. Why are you back? And then, the whole shiny Frieza thing, Golden Frieza. It's like, really?
Nice.
Now you're
Disney
gold.
Drop. Nice Disney drop.
I had to try. I had to throw it in.
How long have we been going?
14 minutes.
Woo. Okay. Yeah.
Moving on. Sorry about that. But anyway, comment down below and let us know. Next episode, we're using the timer.
Yep.
So,
Bethesda, a freaking again.
Really, folks? Really?
They can't stop screwing up.
and I'm starting to be concerned about this company, which really makes me worry about Elder Scrolls 6 with all of this crap that's going on.
It's like it's being run by Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff.
It might help if I take my top off.
No. I love Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan. You guys are awesome. That's just a joke.
The only reason he said that is because he doesn't want you to come to his house and beat him up.
I would love for Hulk Hogan to beat me up.
They need to kick the blind guy out of the computer room. At this point, I'm just saying.
With Bethesda. So Bethesda has screwed up big time. We all heard about the bag fiasco. I think we mentioned it in our rant last video. If you haven't seen that, where I almost got thrown in jail and these two a-holes left me.
Hey.
Yeah.
On the plus side, they allowed you to do a ticket to get the real bag.
Yeah, they allow you to basically do this little receipt thing where you take a picture of the receipt, you put down your information, yada, yada, yada.
But wait, there's more.
There is more.
So much more.
So this is where everything goes terribly wrong. And if you haven't heard, you've been under a rock. So apparently, right after you sub one of these tickets, you're not only able to see your own ticket, but everybody else. Literally everyone.
Screenshots, names, addresses.
It gives away every little
credit card numbers.
Yeah, credit card numbers.
Now, they never verified the credit card numbers, but they did verify the credit card. Hold on. We had a black screen. Okay, we're good. But, yeah, they did verify the fact that whatever card you purchased, the power-up special, the $200 special game, basically.
That they comped you
Special
$5
Power
of
Edition
in-game currency for.
Yeah, thanks.
That you couldn't even use to buy a canvas bag in the game with.
But, I mean, it gave away everything that most modern people use on their daily basis. So that's like giving away your ID for absolutely free. Now, there was people quoted in saying that I would never steal any of the information, even though I saw it. I just kind of...
That's the ones that stole it.
I know, that's what made me worry, is people that are willing to say that they saw it and literally point out that they, would never steal your information. Those are the people I'm really worried about.
I swear, I'm not a hacker in this game. I'd report anybody it was. Goes the computer. Tick, tick, tick. Yes, skull armor.
I'm curious, though, do y'all think with this happening, do y'all think this is like the end for Bethesda? I'm going to start with James on this one because I know how you feel.
It's certainly not the end, but it's not a good go at all. I mean, EA, you know how years ago everybody just hated EA.
Everybody still hates EA.
I mean, but they just couldn't do anything right.
Yeah, well, they still can't do anything.
Did you see the meme of the guys in the nooses? And they're all freaking out.
Yeah.
And it cuts over. It's like, this is your first time, right? And it's EA.
EA is like, this is the first time. Right? Actually, that was that
was from a movie.
Yeah.
James Franco was in. I can't remember.
God, the Ballad of... It's on Netflix. Go and check it out. I actually watched the movie. It's
like, first time,
funny. This is your first time, right? Because actually in the movie... He literally kind of starts his story in a way where he's in a noose and somehow he miraculously gets out and immediately gets caught again. It was like one of those situations where he's like, first time, right? And the guy is like crying and goes, huh? Definitely one of the funnier situations. Do you think that this is the end for Bethesda with this happening? Because I mean, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. And I'm surprised there isn't one. That I've heard anyway.
And no. Nightmare public relations, yes.
Well, their stock dropped because of this.
Yeah.
Well, their stock's up and down and fluctuating.
No. This dropped.
They like drop like
it was a big
like people
Is it
were
still
abandoning
down?
ship. I tried to check it actually yesterday, and I couldn't find it. I don't know what happened. I know they're still around, so they're not closed. It's just my Google search was being stupid.
Well, they release a glitchy game.
yeah.
So but not
game
just
that
a
they
little
didn't-
glitch.
but not even one they wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, no fan said, "Hey, how about an online multiplayer Fallout game?"
This could have been an add-on to the current Fallout game.
Yeah. Actually, there are mods to mod Fallout 4 to be multiplayer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, it could have been an official,
Yeah.
whatever you call it.
Do you think that all of this happening, everything that's happening, is being caused due to the fact that they're actually doing an online game?
Partially, I think.
You think it's just lack of experience? Because I mean, you got to think they do Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
The game part,
that's what they're
yeah.
well known for.
The game part, yeah, that's inexperience, but that the amount of information that's been released about people, about the customers, that's, I don't know that it's going to shut them down, but they may be, in the next couple of years, they could be licensing their titles to other companies. They could be pulling a Sega.
You mean they'll be going back to Obsidian for another Fallout? Sweet, another New Vegas. About time.
Well, see, they can't do another New Vegas because of all the censorship.
Yeah, they could.
What censorship?
The censorship in New Vegas?
What about it?
Never mind. I'm thinking about Rainbow Six.
I'm sorry. I was like,
I'm sorry.
Wrong game.
Wrong game.
I was like, what happened? What did I miss?
I don't play either one of those games. I don't have that level
And yet again, we have another Fallout game that has a mod for multiplayer.
But it's built in. What, Fallout New Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the PC, people have modded both Vegas and Fallout 4 to be multiplayer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is...
And the thing is, this ain't their first round with online games. I mean, you and I ought to know this firsthand because both of us play ESO.
Yeah.
And if they would have took the approaches they took with Elder Scrolls Online and adapted them for Fallout, I think it would have been better.
Yeah. But, I mean, but ESO kind of seems like it was done kind of off the premise of WoW. To me, that's what it kind of feels like.
Is WoW even still around?
Yeah, people
Blizzard's still making money off of it.
What is it, $20, $30 a month?
Oh God.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's ungodly expensive for no reason.
Is WoW a pay to win type of thing?
You know, I don't know. It used to not be, but I haven't played since I was young.
No.
So, I mean,
I wasn't going to pay $20, $30 a month to play it.
I did the free month thing for a while.
That's one reason I like ESO. You pay for your PlayStation Plus membership, you buy the game, and yeah, you can buy the DLCs if you want, but even if you buy every DLC that comes out, you're still coming a hell of a lot cheaper than WoW.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. To me, this kind of feels like a major screw up to get a bag and a lawsuit waiting to happen, which by the time this video probably comes out, there probably will be a lawsuit going on because
most definitely.
Bethesda just cannot seem to stay out of the flipping news. I don't know.
Get your Nikes together.
We don't want to see you next week.
Yeah,
it's like the hate on Bethesda hour around here.
Well, I mean, you have Red Dead Redemption is constantly in there with their economic problems that they're having to deal with. I kind of thought about doing a story on that, but everybody and their brother's done a story about that.
Yeah.
And then this Bethesda thing was just too big to ignore, so obviously we had to do something with it. But
they're gonna have
guys, this is one of those things where it's like
they need a rabbit out the hat at this point.
They need something because it's going to take a lot to save their behinds on this one because they have really screwed the pooch. This is a big deal. This is personal information, and not only is it that somebody just hacked and did it, no, they literally handed it to you.
Screwed up code on their part.
This is support screwing up so bad.
Yep.
That literally they handed out your personal information and nobody had to work for it. They just had to fill out a ticket. I mean, that's typing in 4 things in and you get lost in the shuffle. They don't know who it is. And there you go. All the information gone because they can scroll, screenshot, screenshot. And they have everything they need on you.
This name sounds like they may have some money.
Well, I mean, obviously, because most of the stuff was the $200
it's like
returns that was the most popular.
Look out a name that pops out at you, steal their information, and there you are.
I don't know. Do you think there's a lawsuit waiting to happen here? Because I really do believe that they should be sued. I know that's terrible because I really want to see Elder Scrolls 6 come out. Fallout, okay, but this is
wait a minute. Think of Miss Curry.
I know that's the only thing that's saving me is, and if you haven't seen that episode, that was last Monday's episode, you need to go and check that out. And please sign the petition because we really want to see her in the game. So we're hoping that Bethesda survives long enough to at least do that.
This is. Remember the game crash of the 80s?
Yeah.
Was it in the 80s? The video game crash?
Early 80s.
I was born in 89.
Okay. Well, anyway,
it was BU before us.
Okay. Well, it was.
Early 80s.
DM during me. the great game crash of that. This is another one.
Well, I mean,
it's not quite that bad.
Bethesda's the only one that's been screwing up that bad. But speaking of games, our next story has to do with gaming computers. So let's go ahead and jump to that so that way we can save time. So James is actually going to do this story. Apparently Walmart created a gaming computer that is underpowered and overpriced, and it is absolutely horrible. I haven't seen anything on this, so I'm the guy who's left out of the circle for this. We wanted it this way so that way I can ask the really dumb questions.
Okay. Well, it's me and Alex.
Yeah, it's basically you two going at it and me asking the crazy dumb.
And our tech consultant here.
Yeah, he kind of woke up like halfway through because he heard the word Bethesda and Sue.
Well, it kind of picked him up, and then all of a sudden he heard Walmart computers, and he went, like we heard this weird demonic growl across the room.
Where'd your teddy bear go?
I left it at Alex's.
Did you steal his teddy bear?
He may not be in front of the camera, but he's still in our hearts.
Yeah, he's still there for us. He still backs us up, man. You gotta love a friend like that.
But the Walmart gaming PC.
Tell me about it.
Sounds good at first.
It sounds great.
Even kind of looks good on paper, right?
Yep.
Right?
According to him, it's terrible.
It looks good on paper. You read it.
The way they tell you on paper, it looks good.
Yeah, the way they word it, correct.
Well, of course, it's called marketing.
Yeah. It looks cool. It's got a, but if you spend as much time on Newegg as me, you've seen that same case or one damn near it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, explain to them because they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, they do. It's a cool looking case with 3 RGB fans in front, right? 4 RGB fans.
3 in front, 1 in rear.
Right, 3 in the front, 1 in the back.
Yeah. Tempered glass front and side looks sleek.
Beautiful.
That sounds awesome.
I would love to have one.
But
there's more.
There's more.
A lot of YouTube has torn this thing apart, including Linus Tech Tips, Bitwit, Gamers Nexus. All 3 have actually torn into this thing to look at what's inside.
Wait, Linus got involved in this?
Linus got involved in you.
And I have seen all their videos.
He is very anal retentive. So there was the old word, no quarter given.
Yeah.
He didn't cut him any slack.
Even none of them did. Actually, it was Gamers Nexus had ordered the $2,000 model.
Right.
Was that the most expensive one? They shipped him
the $1,400 model.
Wait. So which? Obviously,
they
I'm
have
assuming more money is the better version.
They have 3 tiers. They have the DTW1, which was $1,400. It had the only real difference in them is it started out 16 gig with a same processor in all 3 cores. Go figure.
Yeah. Is it a quad core? It has to be a quad core.
I think it's a quad core, isn't it?
Tech guy?
I remember right. I looked.
So it was the i7 8700.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a quad core.
Yeah.
Now it is locked. You can overclock it, so that particular part of doing it yourself is out the window.
Right.
The motherboard they chose was a micro ATX motherboard.
I heard that you couldn't upgrade it at all.
You really can't. If you got the DTW1 or 2, it came with a single 16 gig stick of RAM.
See, the only thing I've heard of what little information you have given me.
There's a problem with running single stick like that, being that you're only getting half the power out of the cores.
That's right.
Okay.
So there's one issue right there. They went with low budget, everything, except for the video card. The video card is the one thing they actually put money into.
So 16 gigs by itself is not bad. Is if you have 2 8 sticks.
Yeah.
Dummy it down for me.
Yeah, to split the load. Because with one stick, all of the load, all of the pull is just on that one stick. It bottlenecks it. Yeah, bottlenecks it.
It's like, it looks good on paper. It's 16 gig RAM. You tear it open, see it's one stick. Another issue with that is you can only put 1 extra stick in it. So it's not a standard motherboard with 4 slots that you can expand more on.
Well, it's a mini ITX. Yeah. Most of them only have two slots. I mean,
we've seen mini and micro ATXs
I like
for
micro,
$50.
I like micro ATX boards for not that.
But as far as the ranking
making
of their
a
computers,
RetroPie machine would
they had the DTW1, which original price was $1,400, had the 16 gig RAM, had a
he's been on the road. Oh, I thought you were going to drink it.
I was giving it to him to drink.
He's been on the road.
I've been walking. I had to walk halfway here.
Had to pay the
1050 graphics card in it. Then you had the DTW2, which once again had 16 gig of RAM, and they upgraded it to a standard 1080 card, which, it's a fair difference in power. I wouldn't say it's enough to jump the price to $1,700.
Right.
I mean,
Well, if you
$300
build
more
a computer
and
for
the
some-
boards ain't but maybe 100, 150 difference in
Yeah,
them.
if you build a computer for somebody, you have to charge them for your labor.
Yeah.
I'd say, didn't you
But it's
build
not.
it? Oh.
I built a pretty decent game,
And it was like what, $300-$400?
Yeah.
no, altogether it was. Well, what the computer that I record our show on?
I was talking about the other one.
Okay, the one that we record our show on, I built for altogether. It's like $300 worth of parts, and I could put a good graphics card in it, and it would be just as good as that Walmart crap.
Yeah.
$300.
Because you got a
$400
quad core
worth
processor. You have, 16 gig of RAM in it right now? Mm-hmm. Properly dual channeled.
Properly dual channel.
If he threw a 1050 card in it, there you go. He's got a $1,400 computer.
by Walmart standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
But if I was building that for somebody,
yeah.
say I got $300 worth of parts, I'd probably charge $150 in time and labor.
And then you finally had the top tier computer, which was 32 gig of RAM, had the 1050 Ti Titan board in it.
Yeah.
That's the only significant difference. But they're marking it up from 1,400 all the way up to 2,100 originally. Now they have marked it down since everything came out, tearing it apart. People actually pointing out this is not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it to pay someone to build you that. I mean, you're not
like one of the things that a lot of people pointed out is during the
computer
teardowns.
computer nerd neighbor that, hey, will you build me a gaming rig? Yeah. Say he uses those parts, he's not going to charge you $2,000.
Well, he might.
For like $400 worth of parts.
If he's like a slime ball, he
But-
might.
In all the videos I saw, the first thing they did when they took the case off, they noticed that, which Linus Tech Tips decided to turn it on first before he actually played with it inside. Mm-hmm. And it threw up an error on the screen. The other two tore theirs open before powering on.
Whoa. Hold on. Go back.
Yes, there was an error on screen, hooking it up and powering it on.
So he bought it, brought it there, or either way had it shipped.
Yeah.
Either way, but it was at his place, and he just set it all up and turned it on an immediate error. Right. What was the issue?
Power plug going into the video card was not even plugged in.
And it's not like it fell out.
And it wasn't a one-time thing. Both the other two had the exact same problem, where either it wasn't plugged in or it wasn't plugged in.
So you're paying $2,000. Hold on. You're paying $2,000 for all of these generic, basic, bland parts that you cannot upgrade. I'm making sure I understand this correctly. You also paid for not only, let's say, marketing and everything else, because obviously that price is way ridiculous.
Right.
And they can't even assemble it correctly? Exactly. Is that what you're telling me?
It's not like it vibrated loose in shipping because it
actually has a latch on it.
They latch when you push it in. They didn't plug it up.
So you mean there's some lackey out there who doesn't know how to plug in the power supply?
Exactly.
That's right.
That, and one of the things that a lot of people pointed out, you have this big glass side on it. You have the lights front and back where you can see inside.
Right.
One of the big things you notice more and more with people that build computers is
cable management.
You have cables going over the video card.
See, even in this throw together that we record our show on,
you made it look pretty.
I made it look good, even though it's not a clear see-through.
And
side.
I will say this: the power supply is plugged in.
Yeah,
I mean, this to me just seems like it's exactly what the title of our card is. You know, it's
underpowered and overpriced.
It's like the one thing they blew their budget on was the pretty LED fans, the RGB fans. Is where they blew all
and that's
their budget.
That's what, a $60 case on Newegg,
if that.
And not only that, but couldn't you just add your own lighting for way less than that?
Oh, easily.
Yeah, you could buy RGB lights.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And control the colors, right?
Yeah.
One of the people that tore it down actually pointed out he had a what's called a Lian Li RGB controller.
Yeah.
And he put it side by side with theirs and was like, theirs may not have a label on it, but tell me that is not the same one.
Right.
It was identical, but without Lian Li wrote on it. And those controllers are not that expensive.
It's basically they slapped a stamp on it and said, yeah, it costs more.
Pretty much. Now,
it's kind of like clothing.
Another big issue a lot of people are having with the case is, one, it's real thin, cheap metal.
Yeah.
They're not having any problems with warping, but one of the standard things they have on all computers now, I'm almost wrapped up,
I'm just wondering,
is USB 3.0.
Right.
That has become standard on
the blue
computer cases. The blue plug you see on newer computers is standard. Even this cheap one I got thrown together for audio recording has USB 2.0 on front and back.
That's a mini ITX in the audio
Yeah,
computer.
and it works great.
Works great.
this.
You got it from me. Yeah. But my
But-
main
Just throwing that in
gaming rig that I spent
Yeah,
say
you got-
$1,100 on altogether.
Yeah, you got what, 6 of them on it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but you know the parts that are in
Yeah.
mine because I stole your recipe.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, we trade computer stuff.
That would be by Walmart standards. That the computer that I built for
that'd be
$1,100 would be like a $5,000
Yeah.
machine by Walmart standards.
So wait. The way y'all are making it sounds like cool. You got that Pokemon? I'll trade you.
Yeah,
Instead, it's cool. You got that graphics card?
he designs a build for a computer, and I steal it. That's basically what it. Because I know that between him and his brother, they know the
Build
parts are going to work.
Is it just me, or is it weird? That
Saves me the
thief,
research.
The computer thief in our group is also the cop.
I know, right? It's like, I'm going to steal your...
I got a hell of a movie collection too.
But I mean, it's
Like I was saying, though, with the USB 3.0, most cases now, even the cheap $50 cases, have at least one USB 3.0
Built on it
right in
top.
front. So if you have a USB 3.0 device that's quick connect, like a fast USB plug, you can use it easily. You don't have to crawl behind.
I know for
Instead, what they did is used a USB-C
card.
not even one that plugs into the board, one that just sits in one of the back slides and plugs into the USB 3.0 header. Plus, the thermals on it are horrible.
okay. So I'm gonna sum this up for them.
It was probably built by the kid that built that computer for Capital One's video. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You really have to hammer that IO shield in.
That was what my last big complaint about it is I did watch a couple of them do the thermal testing with the case side off and on. The difference in temperature was ridiculous.
So it's retaining a crap ton of heat.
Oh,
Than it is.
well,
it's
there's
expelling.
like that much room for air to come in on the front side with 3 huge fans
That's
and no
terrible.
dust shield.
Oh gosh.
So if you have any dust in your house, congratulations, you're going to have to clean this thing out from time to time.
Pretty regularly, actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, to sum everything up, Walmart screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they screwed up big.
Like I
time.
said, it looked good on paper the way they worded it.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's marketing 101. Make the product look like you need it.
But then YouTube has torn it completely apart.
By some of the
God,
most
plus side-
influential tech YouTubers there are.
Most of them have dropped $200 each, which doesn't seem like much when you consider they have dropped every one of them by $200.
Yeah.
Because there was an article going around. That's what I thought we were originally going to cover, saying they had pulled them all together. They pulled them off, dropped the price $200 each, and put them back up, which is still
Too
overpriced
expensive.
for what you're getting.
They dropped the most expensive one to $900. I may,
Yeah.
may be into it.
Instead, the most expensive one is
Because cheap
still...
spare
I mean, you
parts
can't
is
up-
better than no spare parts.
But you can't upgrade it. So, I mean...
No, but like I said, cheap spare parts are better than no spare parts. That's what I would
But
use it for.
You could build one.
I mean, basic things you might be able to upgrade on it. You might be able to put a better graphics card in it
okay.
if
one
it's
thing.
compatible. And you might be able to upgrade the RAM if it's compatible with that board.
If. That's a lot of ifs
Yeah.
that you're banking on for that amount
Outside of that, you have no real no PCIe expansions at all. And that's one of those things. If I'm buying,
it's like buying a box computer.
Yeah, if I'm spending $1,200 because the cheapest one's marked down to $1,200 now. If I'm spending $1,200 on one, I want USB 3.0 on the front,
Right.
Because eventually I plan on using stuff that uses 3.1.
Yeah.
Second, I want a better power supply. They put a real generic one in it, and it's only rated 450 watts. So even if you could upgrade the processor and graphics card, it might not be able to push it.
So it sounds...
Yes. A question from the audience.
Bad part is for a similar benchmark
Start over.
for a similar benchmark CPU, same RAM, but reduce the graphics by nearly half. You can go to Best Buy and buy a laptop for $450.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. To me, it sounds like Walmart screwed up so bad that nobody's going to trust them with any kind of
they were
computer
trying.
thing.
I think they knew what they were doing. I think they knew they were cheating people,
Well, no, duh.
but they weren't banking on.
It's Wally World.
It wasn't banking on the handful of knowledgeable people. And it didn't have to be those guys. It could have been him, you know.
Yeah.
All he would have had to do was make a video and tearing it down, and that would have been it. I mean,
Yep.
computer nerds are they're still here.
Here's my thing. How many people that are buying this to use it as a strictly pull out the box, plug it in, and use it?
This is probably bought by...
And not worked.
I know, but this is probably bought by parents whose kids want a gaming PC, and their parents are too busy or too disinterested.
You know what's bad, dude? You almost quoted one of the ones I was listening to the other day.
How? What did I say?
Some parents that are going to buy it for their kid that just wants a gaming PC.
Right.
And they don't know anything about them.
The parents aren't going to know anything about computers, so they're just going to buy them a box
like
computer.
him ordering the $2,000 one and getting the $1,400 one. You know, unless you tear it apart or you know how to go into the software to look at what graphics card and RAM you have, how do you know?
That's where my kids are blessed and they don't realize it.
You know how to look.
I know what to do. Been there.
All right, so we got to stop.
We got long-winded.
We got really long-winded. This is twice in a row. We're not going to make that mistake next episode. We apologize. But anyway, what do you think? Do you think Walmart screwed up so bad that there's no way that anybody's going to trust them with computer stuff again? Second of all, do you think that Bethesda is going to get sued? I really kind of think they should be.
Do you remember when Walmart was selling RAM? Sticks of RAM. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we're past
Very
that point.
short-lived. Anyway, continue.
And third, but not last, are you going to go see the new Dragon Ball movie? I mean, are you excited to go see it, or are you just kind of at this point? Let us know down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. I'm Kyle the Irishman Morrow.
Alex Fatman Gregory.
James Papa Fozzie Leach.
And these a-holes left me, and I got a ticket.
Indecent exposure? You had to pee.
We weren't going to talk about that. That hobo did taste funny. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.
See ya.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.